Okay, so we're gonna do our next segment. I have been asked to make an oil change video for people, so we will now do that. Now for this particular vehicle, ramps are kind of really nice to get it up off the ground enough to be able to change it. Sometimes with my truck I don't have to. The items to collect for oil change. Now I usually use two different pans. I use one, as you can see, my old filters. I'll probably take that down to AutoZone today. And then my drain pan. Now, set your tools up before you start. Now, I got my filter wrenches, new oil, got new oil filter, and on this car I happen to know that my drain plug is, the corners are rounding off on it, so I'm just going to replace it. Also, while I'm doing that, this one's got a K&N filter in it, so I'm going to go ahead and do a recharge kit on the K&N filter. The only thing I don't have out yet is my wrenches and stuff. We're going to start by getting her up on the ramps. Now, I will say before going any further, I can guarantee that I don't change oil like everybody else. This is the way I change it. If you have a different method, that's really good for you. I've done this for years. I'm not going to change. So commenting on it that I did it wrong is probably not going to be really all that important, because I'm going to do it the way I do it. So here we go. So, get it up on the ramps. I always like to give it a good shake, make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. Now, one thing that I notice a lot of people do when they're changing oil is they use a crescent wrench on the drain bolt, on the drain plug. Don't do that. Get the right wrench, preferably 6-point. I've had people change oil for this before for me because I was busy. That's why I'm replacing them. And of course that one's going to be different size. That's not. I'll do this right this second. Right there. Get the plugs out of the drain pan. Drain pan under. You know what? Let me grab the camera. See what you're doing down here. Okay, so as we embark underneath the car. Okay, so we got the underneath of a car. Imagine that. Okay, one of the biggest things, first things to figure out when you're going to change your oil, find your oil pan on the vehicle. This right here happens to be my oil pan. Now, there are vehicles I have seen out there that actually have a drain plug on the transmission pan. Make sure you don't drain the transmission and then try to dump more oil in the car. Now, yeah, let me see. I'm already having problems getting that on. Let's see, can I find the plug? Where's the plug? Is that the plug? Yeah, you can see how it's kind of egged out and everything. Doesn't look real bad, but It's enough that I have problems getting the wrench on it. Turn this around so I can see what I'm not doing. Oh. Get that on there good and snug. You don't want it to loose. See? You know what I mean? Okay. Can't do this can't do this one-handed. So. Okay, assistant?
Yes.
I need you to go up behind the wheel.
Okay.
And kind of look at where, whoop, over this way.
I know. Okay, yes.
If you can kind of look from behind there to where I'm, if you want to go back that way, might be a little bit easier to kind of look underneath. Okay. I'm right here.
All right.
So, we're going to do the best we can to get this on here.
Okay.
And probably turn it the wrong way. Oh, it's right there. Okay, somebody tighten this way tightly too tight. Okay, give me just a second. When all else fails, get a little more leverage. Grab in there. There she goes. And we'll drop the oil. Oh, I bet you this is going to be nice and nasty black after just seafoaming this thing. Okay. Now, I just had this car running, so when you're doing this, you really want to be careful because that oil is going to be hot.
Alright.
Keep pressure against the plug until you... If you keep twisting it enough, you'll actually feel the threads kind of pop back in on themselves. Right there, and you just pull it out. That way you don't burn yourself. I don't like burning myself. Now we're going to delete this plug and put the new one in when we get ready. So then we'll come up around top. And determine that they gave me the wrong plug.
Oh,
So I guess we're going to put the old one back in for right now.
that's charming.
Huh. Never trust AutoZone. Okay. For doing oil changes. Quite nice. Sometimes really nice. Keeping stuff off your hands. Okay, so while that drains out down there, we'll go ahead on this particular little beast. We'll pull my air filter. Careful, I'm gonna pull things out. Yeah, actually, come on out here for a second. The best way to check one of these, let me borrow this, is hold it up to the light. If you can see through it, it's not actually too bad. Now this being a K&N, it's completely washable. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab our little recharge kit here. And that's air filter cleaner and air filter oil. So with this particular little guy, we're going to do, right here, driveway. Hope this stuff so. Kind of work. Soak her down. And best bet, read directions if you're not sure. Didn't have any loose dirt or anything. Spray on cleaner. Let it soak for 10 minutes. Rinse it off with low pressure tap water. Let it dry, and then we'll re-oil it. So, we'll put it on the workbench here. My little Jimmy workbench. And filter wrench. So now the next thing to do is figure out where your oil filter is.
Dun dun dun.
I happen to know that my oil filter is right down there.